What you're about to see, I leave with this comment, this caveat. Don't try this at home. You can, but it ain't my fault if you screw it up. It's a tricky, weird thing to do. So I just want to make sure that you understand this video is not intended to be a thing where you can just watch my video and say, pow, that's awesome, I'm going to do that. Yeah, it's weird and it's scary and it's not something I recommend you do if you're not cool with everything that's going on. Tried to leave as much of a guide as I can. Hopefully I help those that do try it out on their own with a couple of tips I've learned along the way. That's it. Enjoy the show. Alright, I am fixing to get ready to make a mess. It's time to install. Ooh, there we go. Safari. Time for the snorkel. Because we all know you're not truly overland cool till you got the snorkel. The snorkel, we don't get into a whole lot of need for it in the desert as far as fording goes and water goes. Toyotas historically can't take that anyway because the computer's on the floor in the passenger side. But they do, where they really benefit in the desert heat, is cool air. If it's 115 outside, the air in the wheel well as you're driving down a freeway, it's probably 140, 150. The air up along the roof line of the truck at the top of the snorkel, the same 115 as normal temperature readings. Significantly cooler. Also, it's a good idea for trucks if you're ever traveling with anybody else. Up that high, they're drawing in a lot less dust in the wheel well, which is where Toyota tends to put their intakes. That's pretty much a total dust environment, so you're sucking all that in. There's no way around that. So you go with a snorkel. You get cleaner air, not clean, cleaner air, cooler air, and generally just a little bit better performance. In the past, I've been able to burn through an air filter in 5,000 or 7,000 miles with a snorkel. 10 is easy, so I'm going to install the damn thing. The last one I did was on an FJ. That was pretty straightforward. It was a hole, a 4 or 5 inch hole saw. Start with a pilot hole on the magic point, and the hole saw takes care of the rest. This thing is a funky oblong shape. Here, this'll do. That shape is what I have to cut into the fender. That's gonna be interesting. as long as the hole lets this go through it and isn't so obnoxious as to go past these edges, the hole doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be invisible once covered. Yeah. So, I'm going to get to it. I forgot to add, it's 104, middle of September. And I'm doing this in the daytime because I don't want to do it in the dark. It's a weekday. I got to be up in the morning. So those reasons don't mean shit, do they? So I remember from the FJ, its inner fender skirt, liner, wall, rubber, didn't come out. It was an absolute pain in the ass. This one's worse. Yeah, either way, same as with the FJ. What I've got is enough skirt moved away that I can snake my hand up in there, and that's plenty good enough. It'll work just fine. Be nice to get the entire thing out of there, but Toyota's mission seems to be to build those in such a way that they're not coming out again. At least not without wrecking shit. I don't even think special tools will work, to be honest. So, take a little breather, drink a little water. I drink a lot of water. It's that time of year. That time of year where there's light at the end of the tunnel for summer. Only a month left to go, but it's still over 100. Well, let's check if my alignment looks as good as theirs. So, it's all marked. Here's the way math works in my brain. I did the FJ. I figured I had a 50-50 chance of getting it right or trashing the fender. This, roughly the same odds, I think. So in my mind, if I took a 50-50 chance and I got it, and I take a 50-50 chance again, now I've only got a 25% chance of getting it right. I'm no statistician. This is going to be a mess. Got through the cutting. Success. So the cutting was a success overall. I did color outside the lines in one spot. A little embarrassing, but went outside the lines just a little bit. It's well within the footprint of the Snorkel body itself, so it's not going to be visible in any way, shape, or form. So ultimately, it's not causing me a great deal of heartburn. It just grates on my OCD a little bit, but I want to stay inside the lines. Just like the coloring books when I was 6. Deburr and paint holes, done. Remove the masking tape from the fender and fender flare, done. Install the upper mounting bracket, item 3, to the Snorkel body, item 1, with hex bolts, item 4. Oh, hey, look, everybody, it's Dragon Lady. I got hold of Dave from Turtleback today.
Yes.
And Tuesday at 5:30.
Okay. Do you want me to meet you at your work then?
Yeah. We'll blaze out there. Now we could, I don't know how long we'll be there. We could maybe go to jiu-jitsu after that. Well, I'm certain we'd make it for the 8 o'clock class. But either that or we just go Monday. So. You say hi?
That would be just fine.
Well, I was sitting here, working right here, putting on a dazzling show for the camera. The camera wasn't on. The camera's on now. There are 3 tangs. This clip, the one in the middle that centers the airbox on its intake tube, and 2 that actually hook the intake tube to the airbox. Grind all that off. And then it was kind of funny because I was using that little pneumatic grinder. It was running out of steam because the compressor's off and I was running the tank dry. But I got it. We're done. So, according to the instructions with that, oh, I gotta seal up the inspection hole and the drain hole, because keeping those unsealed is stupid. Do I have any RTV? Or did I use it all on the roof rack? It says that's optional. Bet you $1 I won't come back to this later, so I have to do it tonight. Now we install the connector tube, some hose brackets. Close. Very close. So, there they are. Drain hole. Airbox sits this way. Inspection hole. And I somehow have a brand spanking new tube of Permatex black rubber sealant. I found 2 of them over there, still in the wrappers. Ugh. Lovely. This stuff's kind of gunky. I'm guessing at the end of this night that goes in the garbage. Jesus, it's stringy as hell too. It's like snot. Should just left it be. It sort of seems to do its own thing to create a plug. I've never used that stuff before. But what I realized after I started sticking my fingertip all over it was a glob on one side of the hole and a glob on the other side of the hole, and it kind of just made this nice little grommet plug all by itself. And I realized that too late. So I sort of, I mean, it's still okay here, but I don't have to stick my fingers all over it. Mud all over my airbox. It's kind of like rubber cement. Come on, break off. There it goes. Airbox is now waterproof. That'll be dead next time I go to look at it, but I'll keep it. More water. The airbox is back in. Air cleaner base. Air entry hose. Next up is install the bendy mashy hose clamp. Then the fun starts. So yeah, now I put the hose clamp on, I put the body of the snorkel on, then I gotta start reaching up under that skirt. You'll see. Fighting with putting nuts on those studs. When correctly aligned, that is some tough work. That one stud's going to be the only one that's a bitch, but it's a bitch. So, back to it. More water. All that's left is the hose clamp. Put that skirt back in, put the wheel back on. Another bottle of water gone. Fender skirt. That's all that's left. Some more water. Now for the crown. We're done. So, it's all done. It looks nice.